Hi folks, we're Mike and Trisha and we're currently out and about in Portugal to see the sights. The last beach stopover that we had was back at Biarritz in France, and it was a bit of a nightmare getting into the camping car park.
Complete log jam. Oh, that's a crazy setup.
We both quite fancy another beach park up, so we've come to Casta de Lavos, one of the few camping car parks in Portugal.
You ready to go?
Yes, I am.
Everything you need?
Yep.
Water?
Yep.
Stuff for Keira?
You've got all that.
Oh, I so have. Of course I have. What do you think of this place?
It's really nice, a lot better than Biarritz. You're right beside the beach. You've got a beautiful restaurant, there's toilets. The only difference is you're not near the big town for walking about and seeing shops, but that's okay because we've got Keira.
Yeah, because we're talking camping car parks here, aren't we? We're
Yeah.
in another camping car park.
Although this one doesn't have electricity.
No, that's true, it doesn't, but then we don't need electricity. And as far as these camping car parks are concerned, this is definitely one of the better ones. There's plenty of space. We're just walking down to the beach now. I'm going to be going on a longer walk with Keira to the neighbouring village. I think it's about 3 to 4 miles or so away. I'm not exactly sure, so I've put my boots on anyway because I don't know what the terrain's going to be like walking there. We're just coming up to the beach now. And there's a nice little bit of boardwalk to start this walk. I'm not sure how long the boardwalk will last. Probably just through the village and then that'll be it. There's a really nice restaurant here. I think it's called Ringuito. It starts with an X, but I don't know if you pronounce that or not. As promised, there's the beach coming up. It stretches for miles. And there's a lovely cool breeze as well. Now you're just coming with me for the first 5 or 10 minutes, aren't you, on this walk?
Yeah, I'll chummy you along a wee bit. I think there's a supermarket or something or a wee shop along here because we're needing some bread, so I'll get bread out of that and see if we can maybe get some apples because I think we're going to stay here tonight and maybe tomorrow night and then head off on Monday, I think, because we've run out of dog food then, so we'll need to get a bigger supermarket for Keira. But it's so lovely here. But I think Monday the weather's to get to 25, which is a bit hot for us, especially when you're trying to sleep in a van. In fact, it's just a tin can, isn't it?
I think 25 degrees is probably our absolute limit for temperature in the van. We did talk in the last video about maybe getting a fan. We ruled out air conditioning. At some point, maybe for next year, we might get one of those fans up on the skylight. But for now, the plan is for us to start heading home. But again, taking it in baby steps and just taking our time and working our way back up through Portugal, Spain and then France and head back that way. Always nice to take the weight off for 5 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, I like taking 5.
Yeah, I just need to watch my hat doesn't blow away. This beach, the sand looks really, really steep.
Yeah, it looks like it's been eroded by the sea coming in.
Yeah.
It made it like a sand wall.
I wouldn't fancy taking Keira down there. She would love it on the flat stuff, but I don't know if she would get up that hill.
Oh, I think she would. She would dig her way up.
Well, we certainly wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
There's a little pier out there. Fisherman at the end. Don't think he's caught anything. There's a chap here that's caught something though. There's no great deal in this village, is there?
No, not a lot, but it's a beautiful place.
Well, as long as there's a little mini market or something.
Well, it says there's one down here, so we'll try it.
This could be it. No, it's a little cafeteria. So, where's the shoppy? Never mind your phone. I found it.
Where?
It's right behind you.
Ah.
A mini mercado. And it's right here. I'll wait here for you. Don't be all day. Well, I hardly think she's going to be all day. She's only popping in to see if she can get a loaf of bread. Knowing Trisha, she'll come out with quite a few other things too. Oh, Keira's got a wee friend. Hello, who are you? Righty. What did you get then?
Your apples?
Oh, my favourite, russets.
Well, I
Thank
don't
you.
think they're russets here. They're Canadian something.
Right, that's fine, that'll do. I'll have one of them. Supplement my lunch. And you got some bread, did you?
Got bread, 7-Up and tangerine juice.
Right, if you pop that in my rucksack for me. I took a sandwich and some water, a couple of biscuits, so an apple. That'll finish off my lunch. And then there was two, just me and Keira left for this walk along the coastline to the next village. I'm actually getting a view of what looks like a rather large town. I can't remember the name of it. I'll put it on the screen. Now, I'm not going to be able to get to that town, but I think I can get to the estuary that overlooks that. That's my objective for the day anyway. It's the end of the boardwalk, and I think it's the end of the village here too. Come on, Keira. There's a trail here that I'm going to follow. I didn't really want to go along the beach. That would be too hard work, and I could get stuck somewhere. So I've been looking for a trail that'll take me either over or around the dunes. And this looks promising. I have been using a little app, Footsteps it's called, just the free version, so I've been giving it a try. Trisha's been using it for a while. And you know, you can plot your trail and that sort of thing. But I'm just using it as a map, and you can see the little trail on it. So hopefully that'll keep me right. There's a little inlet here where all kinds of rubbish is being washed up. I guess it's a problem the world over. I love plant spotting as I go. It's just something I enjoy. Coming up here, there's an agave americano. That's the one that's got the variegations. I'll go and have a look at that. And just back there, I noticed there was a geranium, well, pelargonium, what we would grow in a pot back home. Here it is growing happily in the wild. It looked like a lavatera at first, but no, it's definitely a geranium, pelargonium. And there's lots and lots of low-growing seaside plants, really colourful ones. There's yellow ones, there's pink ones, and they just seem to be everywhere. Here's this agave americano, standing and looking quite magnificent. And all these little pink flowers are roundabouts. Yeah, these are very, very pretty, aren't they? There he is. Not sure what this is though. Actually, it could be a yucca. The flower spikes are last year's, so they're not giving me much of a clue. Some people have been fly tipping back there. I hate to see that. It usually comes about when it's just too far away to take your rubbish to the recycling or to the tip. And some people just can't be bothered making the effort, and they just tip it. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. If you need to stop to use the toilet, there's one there. There's a couple of different sandy trails that you can take. So I'm going to go for this one. It does make for quite hard going walking on the sand though. This is where the two trails come together. There's a bit of a crossroads. Keira's telling me that she wants to go this way, but the sand dunes look very high. I can see the sea, which looks nice, but there's no trail over that lot, so I'm going to take the other path. Yeah, this was definitely the better choice. And I've just spotted some driftwood over there, a bit of a tree that would look quite at home on Loch Ness. Another crossroads. Which way, Keira? Well, what do you think, eh? Keira reckons straight on. That's the way I would have picked. This walk is taking me much longer than it should. I totally get that. I just can't help myself. I see plants and I keep stopping to film them. Or bits of wood, just things that are interesting to me. Plants in the main, I just can't help myself. But I need to get a move on. I've just come to the end of that trail. I didn't really want to be walking over the beach, but Well, there's no trail, so that's the way I've got to go. Keira will enjoy it. I'll give her a little bit of ball play on the way. I'll give her a little bit of what she's been looking for all of this way. I don't want to risk getting her too warm, so maybe she can even cool down a little bit in the sea. This is such a beautiful beach, and it's very clean and tidy, hardly any rubbish lying about. Just one little pile there. It actually looks like maybe the locals have been gathering that up. It's all fishing nets and bottles and things, and it looks like they've just been gathered together and left there for collection later. There's a really cool big lump of a tree here, driftwood. It's come ashore, and it's just got so much character. I would love to have that in my garden. Imagine that sitting there on gravel and a few wee plants in there. It just looks great. Just reaching the end of this little beach, and I can see there's a pier there. The waves are really crashing in against the rocks, but it looks like I will be able to get around if I stick quite close to the sand dunes. It's not quite high tide yet, and you can just see the edge here where the tide does come right up to here. So I think if we're quick, we can just skirt around this while risking life and limb in taking this shot. All right, slight exaggeration maybe. I've just realised they're not rocks. They look like giant sandbags. Just enormous bags of sand piled up. We've just come up past the pier, and I've noticed there's a few motorhomes parked up in here. Wonder if it's a stopover point. I'll have a look. It's actually just a large car park, very large car park, and there's quite a few camper vans parked up there, which confirms to me, along with the restaurant and just the look and feel of this place, that I've arrived at that village. And the sign behind me tells me that it's Villa de Sao Pedro. I would never have remembered that. I'm going in to have a look at it now. I absolutely love this as a recycling idea. That's got to encourage kids to be picking things up, and adults, and putting them in there, feeding the fish. There's a nice little table here, so we've stopped for a drink. I've had a drink of juice out my bottle, and Keira has had a drink out of her bowl. I'll be going in a moment. This place is actually really big for surfers. So far, I've just seen the one, he's over there. And I'm also getting a really good view now of the town across the estuary, whose name is on the screen again, because I can't remember what it is. I'm going to see if we can walk along the boardwalk and have a closer look at that. I think I was in no man's land for a little while there, but I'm glad to say I did manage to find the boardwalk again. And from here, there's some great views of a suspension bridge over there. I'm going to carry on along this boardwalk and get to the estuary for those views across the water that I came here to see. The area I've come to now is a little bit of a beach resort. Actually, it's not all that little. It's not huge, but it's a good size. There's lots of people out on the beach playing. And up in this area here, there's restaurants, people having a drink or having something to eat. There's even a big snake. Yeah, a big snake. There's certainly a lot more going on here than there is back where we are at the camping car park. But actually, I think I prefer it there because it's quieter and the beach is much more secluded. I haven't let you see that yet, but when I get back, I'll let you see what I mean. But for now, I'm just going to continue along this boardwalk because I'm nearly at the end and I'm finally going to get this view. Keira and I are just going to have a seat now and have our lunch and then we'll head back. And already I'm thinking, I wonder what Trisha's got planned for our tea tonight. An hour and 3/4 later, and I'm back at our wee bit. The restaurant's just there, and the beach down there. It definitely is a lot quieter than the one that I've came from. That was hard going, that walk. Sun in my eyes and on my face. most of the way back and walking through the sand too. So next up, beer, food, shower, bed, in that order.
In the morning, I'm feeling a lot better after a good night's sleep and just a little bit of grooming. We're in need of some supplies and to do the washing, so we head off with Trisha doing the driving so that I can get a few shots along the way. This is the suspension bridge that I saw in the distance on my walk yesterday. It's getting some work done on it. There's a supermarket here and washing machines, so it means we can get them both done at the one stop.
Okay, that's you. Off you go. Go on.
Keira, come.
All right, we're having a standoff. Come on, down you come.
Let's
She's
go.
not sure about the jacket, that's the thing.
Come on, Keira.
Come on. I'll get her. Oh, she's going.
Good girl.
It's Sunday today, so that means it's supermarket shopping day for us, and also it's a day for us to do all of our clothes washing too. We've come out today to Figueira de Foz to get the shops. That's where I went to yesterday. Well, I could see it across the estuary, got those views, Figueira de Foz. I saw it on the sign, and as soon as I saw that, I've been thinking to myself, I had a little song in my head, Figueira de Foz is just enough to give your kids a treat. Figueira de Foz is just enough until it's time to eat. Finger of fudge. Who's old enough to remember that one? I am. Anyway, the clothes washing is on. We had to use two 8-kilogram machines. There wasn't a 16-kilogram machine available. Actually, someone had just put some stuff in there and had walked away. And it was at that point I noticed they had put a package inside the machine. It was going round and round. It had an address label on it. It was probably about an inch or two thick and it's tumbling around there getting washed. And they were away. It was too late for me to try and call them back. I couldn't help thinking maybe there's a wad of cash in there and they're doing a bit of money laundering. At least at this supermarket, there's a nice path and a bit of greenery where I can take Keira out for a walk. I certainly enjoyed my walk yesterday. I was really tired when I got back, so tired. And, you know, I thought to myself, things are going to have to change because my fitness level has just gone down the pan, for want of a better word. When I did the West Highland Way, I thought to myself at that point that I was a bit on the chunky side. But looking back, I wish I was like that now because I've put on so much weight. And actually, when we came away on this holiday, this was going to be the chance for us to lose some weight. We even brought the bathroom scales with us. We tried it once, putting them down in the van and getting on them. But we couldn't get a level surface. It wasn't giving us a true reading. So they went into the cupboard and that's where they've stayed. And we've just went right back into holiday mode. And for me, the downfall is the drinking, and it's beer, it's wine. Here it's cognac, I suppose. At home it might be whiskey, but yeah, that's my downfall. It does pile the weight on. I enjoy a drink, but maybe sometimes I enjoy it a little bit too much. So for Trisha, it's the snacking. You know, she likes a good snack. She loves her crisps in particular. I like my crisps too. I like my chocolate. And we sat down last night and we said, look, things are going to have to change. We can't keep going on like this. This yo-yo dieting, you know, you lose weight, you put it back on, you lose it, you put it back on. Things are going to have to change. So we decided, you know, starting from today, and we mean it this time, fingers crossed. No, we do mean it this time, that things are going to change. So no more beer, wine or spirits. These are off the shopping list, and so are the snacks. So Trisha's on side with me on this. We'll see what the shopping looks like when she comes back. Right, the haul is in.
Yep.
Want to tell us what we've got?
well, dog food, milk, yogurts, vegan meatballs, which was quite good to find some vegetarian stuff. Spaghetti, rice, pasta, bananas, apples, salad. We've got plenty of tomatoes, prawns, and cold meat and peppers.
No crisps,
No crisps,
no chalky,
no chalky,
wine,
no wine,
beer,
no beer,
booze.
no booze.
I think I have still got a couple of bottles of beer in the fridge, and there's a bottle of wine kicking about too. So we're going to use that liberally for treats over the next week or so. But for now, we're going to escape out of this heat. It's really warm here. Keira at least is cool. She's got her little cooling jacket on. It's from a brand called Crufts. It's maybe a little bit on the small side, but you know, it keeps her cool. You can dampen it down, put it in the fridge, and get it nice and chilled for her. And she's just a lot more comfortable that way. But for now, let's just get out of this heat.
It's always good to get the air conditioning on in the cab when it gets hot. We're heading now to our next stop, and it's at Castle Rodriguez. That'll be coming up in the next video.